Hi, just a quick rundown for those of you keeping score or who have purchased a player or thinking about buying a 4K player, the Samsung K8500, or whether you're waiting for the Panasonic player, or I believe Philips is going to be releasing a player, and there's one more company, I can't remember who it is, that's also going to have one out in the market soon enough. I'm very impressed with the Samsung player so far. I also have a Samsung television, so I think it's kind of optimized to work with it, and it does a great job. But just going to do a quick rundown again of, I'd say, the movie quality, the picture quality, the audio quality of these discs for anyone who's still looking at purchasing a player or just looking at some discs to add to their collection. Hard to say whether or not to double dip with some of this stuff. I've done a lot of that, but it's for the most part, I'd say actually it's all been worth it to me so far. And so I just want to give you an idea of what's out there, so you have you know what you're buying. I do have a number of discs that I have pre-ordered. I pre-ordered the Last Witch Hunter. I've heard the movie's not great, but I'm hearing a lot of great things about the actual 4K. I won't buy anything just because it's 4K. I mean, there's certain movies I've seen in the list of stuff available that to me is just garbage, and it doesn't matter to me what resolution it is. Garbage is garbage. So I'm trying to stick with stuff that I personally really like. This movie I picked up today, actually. I've seen this before. I saw it on Netflix. I don't have the Blu-ray for it, but it's a good movie. I really enjoyed it. I haven't seen the second one. I'm considering picking it up, but we'll see. There's a bunch of other stuff that's coming out that I've pre-ordered. Besides The Last Witch Hunter, I had pre-ordered Sicario and The Life of Pi, but they've been delayed. I should be getting Life of Pi next week and Sicario the week after that. So, and I've also pre-ordered The Revenant, Deadpool, and Independence Day. So there is a lot of good stuff coming. Blu-ray.com actually has a list of the stuff that's been confirmed for release and any release dates that are available. So you might want to take a look. They've also done a review of a number of the 4K discs that are out there already. Okay, so as a movie, I would give Maze Runner I'd give it a 3 out of a 5. Picture quality wise, I'd give it a 4. This doesn't have, I think this is just sort of a native, or not a native 4K, but it's just sending through a 4K signal without the HDR component. So, but it looks beautiful. It's very, very detailed. It is very colorful. I think it's still taking advantage of the nano crystals and stuff like that, because it does look more so the way I think it should have looked versus what I saw on Netflix. And that's streaming through Netflix with a 4K Netflix and my TV upscaling it. Pineapple Express. I love this movie. I've seen it numerous times. It makes me laugh every time I've seen it. Picture is spectacular. The movie itself, I give a 5 just because I laugh. I laugh a lot at this movie. Picture quality wise, it is definitely a 5. It looks spectacular. The colors, how punchy the colors are, the detail. You know, you look at Dale's jacket and you can just see every thread in his jacket. Things I had noticed before. Definitely worth a pickup if you're a fan of Pineapple Express, or if you haven't seen it. And it's a little cheaper than the premium 4K movies that are coming out. This one was $24.99 versus the $35 for most of the others. San Andreas. This has HDR. Another thing to look out for if you're purchasing a 4K set is that last year they weren't putting HDR on the television sets to sort of let people know the difference between a 4K set and a 4K set that was HDR capable. This year they're actually badging all the TVs HDR to let people know the difference between 4K and high dynamic range 4K sets, because you have to have nanocrystals. So Samsung, for instance, all of their 4K sets have the S designation, which is what Samsung gives to any of their premium product. Anything that doesn't have the S designation in their TV line doesn't have nanocrystals and therefore won't give you high dynamic range. They're doing the same thing with the OLEDs. Last year's OLEDs they said that there's a patch to make them HDR compliant, but in truth, all the patch does is it makes the TV capable of displaying HDR through streaming or through the USB port, not anything sent to the TV through the HDMI port. So you have to look at the 2016 OLEDs for that. This movie, you have to turn your brain off for it. I mean, it's a good popcorn Sunday, Saturday afternoon movie. You just want to have a lot of fun, see some action. And I'm a rock fan. If you've never seen The Rundown, amazing movie. Movie-wise, I'd give it a 3. Picture quality-wise, I would say it's a 4. It got some beautiful moments, the majority of it, but there's some times where it's not perfect. And sound quality-wise, I'd also say it's a 4 because I think the sound quality is a little inconsistent. And compared to some of the other movies, it just doesn't live up, I think, to some of the other transfers. The Martian, well, 5 movie-wise, 5 picture quality-wise, 5 sound quality-wise. Definitely a reference, something you want to have in your collection if you want to show people your 4K player, or if you just want great content in your home. I've triple dipped on this, and I still think it was worth it because the difference between the Blu-ray and this, and I sort of threw the Blu-ray in and out, and this is pretty significant. Not just as far as detail is concerned, but just the colors you get on in Mars and in his uniform, everything else back on Earth. It's truly something to see. It's breathtaking. First time I saw this movie, I'd never seen it before. I'm not a huge Spider-Man fan. I do like Spider-Man films, but they haven't all been consistent. I had trouble getting through this movie. I thought it was terrible. And no offense to anybody who likes this movie, it was a real struggle for me to get through this. So I'd give the movie itself a 2, but picture quality wise, upon sort of jumping through it a second time, it's spectacular. This is a 4K transfer, like some of the others that are essentially, lower resolutions that have been sort of doctored to give you a 4K sort of effect, and brilliantly, because The Martian, it looks incredible. But this is a spectacular transfer. It is beautiful. The sound quality is also pretty amazing, but the film itself isn't great. Mad Max reference. What else can you really say about Mad Max anyway? The picture quality is spectacular. The movie is a 5. The picture is a 5. The sound quality, the surround through this thing is just incredible. It's better. To me, this is a better experience than watching things in the theater. I go to the theater just as an outing, as an event, but it's not nearly the same as watching something at home for me. You got your 7.1. I got a 7.1 surround sound system. To have all of that is sort of around you and your sort of sound bubble. And my television's 65 inches, and I sit about anywhere 6 to 8 feet away. I find it creates a much more immersive experience for me. But this is definitely one you have to pick up, whether you own it or not, if you have a 4K player or are thinking about it. Lego Movie, again, also spectacular. And it's digital film, so I'm guessing it'll look good on anything. I have the Blu-ray for this as well. Movie is a 5, picture quality is a 5, sound quality is a 5. Definitely something to pick up. X-Men Days of Future Past, great film. Took a while to grow on me actually, but it's a great film. I'd give the movie a 5. The picture quality I'd give a 4, and the sound quality I would give a 5. So if you're an X-Men fan, it's one to have in the collection. And lastly, The Kingsman, a movie I saw in the theater and did not like at all. Tried to watch it again on Netflix, struggled, watched about 20 minutes of it. Figured I'd pick it up anyway on 4K because I thought I'd give it another chance because so many people love it, and it's an amazing film. I gotta say, once I put my mind in the right things in the right perspective, and didn't expect it to be a serious James Bond film, but more in the vein of Kick-Ass, just meant to be fun. I really enjoyed this film. A few issues. Sometimes at the bottom of the screen I would notice that people's feet, like their shoes and everything, looked really blurry. Somebody commented that it's because of the sort of the filter they use when they were filming this movies like this, and so it gives it that effect. But the movie is a 5. The picture quality is pretty spectacular. It's a 5. Sometimes it may drop to a 4 occasionally, but for the most part it's a 5. It is very, very crisp looking. I have something up on my channel that shows you a brief clip of this, and sound quality wise it's a 5. Anyway, for any of you, those of you looking to pick up some discs, I hope that's helped. I hear Sicario also looks incredible. I have the Blu-ray for that, which looks great, so I'm really looking forward to the 4K. And Life of Pi is also supposed to be a pretty good transfer. So, comment, let me know what you think. Give me a like. If you have any films that I don't have that you would recommend, please let me know. Have a great day.